A 6'9" power forward with dynamite hops, Josh Smith and the Atlanta Hawks go up against the Dallas Mavericks and their mid-range maestro, the fadeaway four-man, Dirk Nowitzki. Up next.
We'll be bringing you an interconference matchup in this one as the Hawks make a trip on the road. We are inside the American Airlines Center, live from Dallas, Texas. It's Mavericks basketball. Here with Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan for 2K Sports in our presentation of the NBA. Looking at the starting five for the Atlanta Hawks. Williams and Smith are in there at the forward positions. Bibby and Johnson in the backcourt, and Horford. Bibby misses.
Boy, he had a good look. I think everyone here was a bit shocked to see that one not fall through.
Something you notice when you watch the Hawks, Clark, they might be one of the best teams at switching on screens, which takes a lot of discipline, a lot of communication.
We've talked about the athleticism of the Hawks wings, and that makes it very conducive to switching defensively. When you've got guys that are similar size and also move their feet well. So I thought the Hawks did a good job with their defensive schemes in getting up into people and taking advantage of that athleticism.
And now our sideline reporter, Doris Burke, has some info for us. Doris, take it away.
Kevin, Jason Kidd, during his last seasons in New Jersey, as he began to slow down just a bit, decided he needed to do something to compensate. So he focused on mastering the three-point shot. He went to work every summer with a shooting coach, and look at the results. The last 3 seasons, he shot over 40% from deep. And last season, he set a career high for three-pointers made with 176. The older he gets, the better he gets, Kevin.
He keeps adding layers to his game. Thank you, Doris. And really, Clark, that's how a lot of NBA offenses work, creating mismatches by using screens like you were saying.
Yeah, and if you can limit the mismatches by switching, you're much better defensively when you can take a team out of what it wants to do at the offensive end.
Something about Joe Johnson, a huge guy for a wingman. He's 6'7", 240. But if his frame is a little intimidating on the court, his demeanor, Clark, is anything but.
Every time I've encountered him, very low-key and soft-spoken, trying to stay away from the center of attention.
Here's Bibby. 2:59 left in the first quarter. Back to Williams. Taken away by Kidd. And Dallas has possession. They trail by 1. Draws the foul. He'll get a trip to the line. Caron Butler had one of the worst seasons of his career last season, Clark.
You know, Kevin, ever since his All-Star appearance in 2009, it does seem as though he's not made as much progress, and he didn't really deliver the way they hoped he would in the playoffs. But sometimes when you're a mid-season trade acquisition, it really takes a while to get established and get comfortable.
That's a good point. So then, Clark, how does Caron Butler get back on track?
Well, his assist and field goal percentages are what has fallen off recently, Kevin. I think it's a matter of a full training camp with the Mavs and this new team. He's a competitor, a hard worker, and a really good player. I think he'll be fine.
That makes sense. Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Kevin, I had a chance to catch up with Coach Larry Drew. The real challenge for them in his mind is finding someone who can defend Dirk Nowitzki. He said he can shoot over just about anyone we put on him, and we can't send him to the line because he's basically automatic. But he told me that if they can find a way to keep Nowitzki from torching them on the outside, he'll be satisfied with their job. Guys?
And thank you, Doris. Used the screen and took it all the way.
Nice fundamental basketball. Get that screen in place solidly, and then take it to the rim.
Show a little patience, then zoom right in. Here's Terry. Tosses it up. And there's Dirk Nowitzki on the assist by Terry. Nowitzki's got his second basket of the game with the Dallas Mavericks. And looking at last year, how they ranked, they tied the Lakers for the best record in the West against the East. They were 22-8.
Well, unfortunately for them, Kevin, that regular season track record is not their problem. It's teams in the West that give them fits in the postseason.
True. And so here is Atlanta. Dirk Nowitzki unable to get his shot to go. Johnson against Terry. Jacks up the triple. Another three for Atlanta.
With a high basketball IQ at the offensive end, this guy is just waiting for you to make one mistake as a defender. If you do, he'll take advantage of it.
Kidd gets the bucket. Here is Bippin. Still looking to get on the scoreboard. Horford in the post. Haywood covering. Horford, good.
Speed is only part of the equation here. He's not blinding quick, but he was determined to take that one to the rim.
That's a two from Kidd. Another miss by Kidd.
He's had some problems finding the range here in this quarter.
Johnson outside. Caron Butler covering. Johnson's shot is off.
You can't D up a layup any better than that. Nice work.
Now Haywood. It's stolen by Smith. Joe Johnson on the wing. Kept alive.
It's not been a day to remember, but if they get the win, I'm sure being the team player that he is, he'll be fine.
And a lot of offense on display in this first quarter. Talk. Close game here at the start of the second quarter of play. Here's Kidd. This is how the floor looks for the Hawks starting the second quarter. Bibby and Johnson in the backcourt. Maurice Evans is out there with Smith and Pachulia. Now here's Nowitzki. The jump hook gets it to go. Nowitzki's got 6. Dirk Nowitzki in his 13th season in the NBA, the former MVP, and last season Clark 25 points per game, good for number 7 in the NBA.
You know what? I'm not sure it's even a debate anymore, Kevin. Nowitzki is clearly the best shooting 7-footer the league has ever seen.
I agree with you. And Dallas calls their first time out of the game. Here's Kidd. And Clark Nowitzki has actually been dialing down his three-point attempts over the last 3 seasons.
Yeah, Kevin, he's starting to play a little more, I think, with his back to the basket. That allows him to command double teams and facilitate others, and he's actually shown pretty good effectiveness as a passer.
The Hawks leading. Always tough to play against the West, Clark, but the Hawks were a pretty strong team against the Western Conference with 21 wins.
Yeah, not bad at all. They have a lot of different ways to go at you, Kevin, especially on offense, and that gives you a chance to win against the better teams in the West. If you can score the ball, and the Hawks can do that in a number of ways, you've got a chance to beat those high-octane teams out West. In an effort to solidify the middle, they've changed to a 2-3 zone.
Releases, bounces it off the left rim and in. Nowitzki's got 8.
Boy, he's really special. The defense has to account for him at all times.
And the leap that Josh Smith made as a power forward last year helps too. When you're talking about matching up against the West, if you're talking about the Hawks, he matched up well. The team matched up well.
I agree. I mean, when you're playing against Western Conference teams, to have success, you have to be able to stop their best forward, and both Smith and Horford did their part defensively in being able to make that happen.
Here is Bibby. Jason Kidd making his last shot. Got a hand on it. Now let's go to Doris Burke. Doris.
Well, Kevin, as you know, Jamal Crawford had a big season last year with the Hawks, and Joe Johnson appreciated the help offensively. Johnson said, guys have to stay home with him, and they don't want to leave him, so it gives me more room to operate. It feels great to have another guy there to make the defense play honest and who can really score the basketball. It takes a ton of pressure off me. Nice tag team for the Hawks, gentlemen.
It is indeed. Thank you, Doris. And making a change here, the Hawks. On defense, the Hawks, following the shot by Caron Butler. Here's Horford, kept alive. Here's Johnson, can't hit the easy jumper.
That's not something you'll see very often. Got the mid-range jumper he wanted, but off target. Nice anticipation right there to snatch that one.
Butler kicks to Terry. Johnson against Haywood. And it's Johnson picking him up. Haywood, no good. Here's Horford. Here's Johnson. Another miss by Johnson. One thing about Joe Johnson, he has cut his turnovers in the past 4 years down every single season.
And, you know, Kevin, as good a ball handler as he is, I don't think turnovers should be a problem for him. I mean, he's got strength and length. He can shoot over the top of people, so he doesn't have to take a lot of chances with the basketball when he's handling it.
Now Johnson, following the miss by Terry from deep. To Williams. Nowitzki gets the whistle for blocking. That's his first foul.
A little too much body contact there. You have to stay in front of the ball handler by moving your feet, or you'll get tagged with that call every time.
Atlanta making some changes. Machulia, he's checked in for Horford. Smith comes in for Maurice Evans. And it's Teague in for Joe Johnson. Here's Teague, deflected by Nowitzki. Blocked again. Here's Dallas. It's Terry outside. And it's Terry again missing.
The thrill is gone, and so is his offense. He's not making anything.
Here's Teague, and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two. Dirk Nowitzki picks up that.
Contact certainly altered that shot. The official was right on top of it.
And the first one drops. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Tyson Chandler is checked in for Haywood. Marion comes in for Dirk Nowitzki. Deshaun Stevenson is checked in for Jason Terry. And it's Bobo in for Jason Kidd. Here's Bobo. Here's Stevenson. Chance there to take the lead. Missing. And so here is Atlanta. Smith dishes to Crawford. The steal. The Mavericks trailing. Tipped. Oh, and the jam by Butler.
Right now, he's just too good, Kevin. Way too good. They need to bring a second defender and try to make him give up the ball.
And it's the Hawks' ball. No points for him. Crawford outside. And once again off the mark by Atlanta. Good if it goes. The shot is off. So the clock runs out with the score tied going into halftime.
Tremendous output from Butler. He has 9 points, and he's had a steal in there, too. He put it all together in that first half.
Damon Bruce here, and it's time now for HP at the half. Plenty of hustle. These two have both turned.
Well, it's been a tight game as we enter the second half. Both teams going at it. Here's Bobo. So with Nowitzki sitting on the bench, here's who Rick Carlisle's going with. We've got Chandler, Bobo out there with Stevenson. Then there's Marion and Ajinça. Bobo out of France. Clark taken 25th last season by the Mavericks.
Boy, I tell you what, Kevin, he is an exciting-looking prospect, Bo Block. I mean, he's quick, he's explosive, he's athletic. He's got a 6'10" wingspan and a 39-inch vertical jump, and he's only about 6'1", maybe 6'2" at best. That's a special package. Stardom is awaiting this guy. It's just a matter of him getting playing time.
And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. The Hawks trailing. Always a big asset for any sports team. This Mavs team is lucky to have such a dynamic owner committed to winning. Even though they have an aging roster, they've managed to be a premier team for the last decade. But do you think their window is shrinking a little bit?
Well, you always have to be cognizant of that. There is a certain shelf life for players and a group of players on a particular team, and certainly the Mavs are moving in that direction. So we'll see how it plays out over the next year or two, but you have to consider the Kid and Nowitzki not only have a lot of years on their resumes, but they've also got a lot of miles on their bodies too.
Clark, going back to that point about Kid and Dirk, window closing or window closed?
I would say closing, Kevin, because they still have much to offer. Now you have to be very selective in how you massage their minutes during the course of the season, practices and games, and then you'd like to see an infusion of some young, active, energetic talent to take some of the load off of those guys sooner rather than later.
Some interesting stats start to pop up when you look at the Hawks. They played the fourth slowest paced in the league last year. That kind of surprises me with all their athleticism.
Me too, Kevin. I mean, you would think they would be much more committed to playing at a faster pace, especially since they've got so many guys that would seem to thrive in that kind of offense.
Back to the Hawks pace that we saw last year. Why switch to a slower offense then?
Well, I think part of it was it helped them maybe limit turnovers. Sometimes teams aren't capable of playing efficiently and fast. And overall, because they are a young team, maybe a slower pace kept the turnovers down.
But you'll take energy anytime you can get it, won't you?
Yeah, I think I would. Yes, sir.
It's a neck-and-neck game here in Dallas. Here's Stevenson. He's guarded by Johnson. Now here's Kidd. Shot clock at 3. Here's Nowitzki. Kept alive. Shot clock at 2. And there's the one-handed jam.
His all-star effort has it knotted up. They'd be down big without his contribution.
Here's Johnson. Got a piece of it. And so here is Dallas. Williams gets whistled for blocking. That's his first foul. Pachulia, he's checked in for the Hawks. Evans comes in for Marvin Williams. Here's Kidd. He dumps it off. Fades away. Again, the miss by Nowitzki.
Well, he faded away on it for no good reason. He shouldn't have made that shot harder than it had to be.
Nowitzki, just the 4th German player in NBA history, and Clark certainly the best.
Yeah, he's also the best player in Mavericks history, Kevin. I mean, he's the first Maverick player ever to make an All-NBA team, and also the MVP of the league in 2007.
Fires from the elbow, and it's Johnson again missing.
Right now being held without a point in this quarter. Goose egg. Really struggling to find any kind of open looks.
And Nowitzki backs in. Connects from 13 feet out. Nowitzki's got 21 in the game.
He's really one of the big reasons why they have the lead now. He's playing an extremely efficient game. It's fun to watch. Nothing's working for him here. He's just really struggling to find the basket.
Here's Butler. The shot misses. Now Atlanta takes it the other way. Bibby for 3. Stevenson is on it.
You got to expect more out of him here. He's had a lot of difficulty this quarter, which in turn is making it difficult for them to cut into this deficit at all.
The Hawks trail by 5. Bibby kicks to Horford. It's good. The assist this time from Bibby. Horford's got 6.
Way to distribute the basketball.
Kidd passes to Nowitzki. From deep. And a great assist by Kidd as that one goes in. 24 points for Nowitzki. Johnson against Butler. Butler against Johnson. Defended by Butler. Johnson can't hit.
They need to send out a search party to find his offense, Kev. It's been AWOL this whole quarter.
Baseline jumper, and it's Butler missing.
Kevin, that's the kind of shot you want. You can't ask for better execution on offense, and sometimes they just don't fall.
And the third quarter is over, and a good finish looks to be in store for all of us. The fourth quarter just moments away now as we welcome you back. Here's Teague. So with Johnson sitting on the bench, here's the group that Larry Drew has on the floor. Smith and Horford at the 4 and the 5. Crawford out there with Teague and Williams. Kidd, no good. The Hawks trail by 6. Caron Butler covering. Throws it up. Crawford, no luck. Mavericks leading by 6. Here's Stevenson. Pass to Nowitzki. He's against Williams. The jump hook. And it's Nowitzki missing. Atlanta with the ball. They trail by 6. Picked up by Nowitzki. Here's Horford. Buries the corner jumper.
Kevin, this has really been a competitive, fun game.
Here comes Kidd. Now Haywood inside. Great anticipation. Here's Crawford. Hits the quick shot. Crawford's got his first 2 points. And Dallas has possession. The lead is 2. And Nowitzki backs in. The jump hook. Dallas no good that time either.
Well, it's clear they've got the advantage on the boards in this one, Kevin.
Here's Horford. That misses. Had a chance to tie it there. The Mavericks leading. Here's Butler. The shot, no good. So the Hawks will take it the other way. Now Crawford. Caron Butler covering. And Jamal Crawford gets the 3. Crawford's got his second bucket of the game to go. Nowitzki against Smith. And they get it. Nowitzki can't get that one to fall. Here's Atlanta. Here in the fourth quarter, their defense has been very strong, allowing no baskets. And here's Crawford. Easy shot. Bullseye.
He's had an off game thus far, but his team has been able to pick up the slack and find a way to get it done here.
Here's Butler. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Nowitzki.
When the margin's this tight, every basket starts to take on a little bit more meaning.
Time call here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. The Hawks are making a switch on the floor. Johnson's checked in. A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Guys, well, Larry Drew had some advice for his team over that last break. He got right in the faces of his players and laid it out, saying, this game is going to come down to heart. It's simple. Show me how much heart you have. We'll see how his team responds to that test, Kevin.
Here's Stevenson. Outside for Kidd. And it's Horford picking him up. Another 3 for Dallas.
They're getting open looks now and knocking them down after struggling a bit in the first half. I mean, that just comes from understanding who you are and what you do. Stay with
Here's Johnson. The Hawks again can't hit.
Well, Kevin, they've been fighting it out for the rebounds here, so far it's an even match in that area.
Kidd kicks to Butler. Here's Teague. Off from three-point land. Mavericks leading by 3. Now Kidd. Back to Nowitzki. Got a piece of it.
Kevin, he has simply got to focus and make sure he keeps himself between the ball and the defense in that situation.
Johnson left side. Horford backing in. Shoots from 12. Connects. The jumper drops. Here's Kidd. 1:06 left to the fourth. Hayward kicks to Nowitzki. Guarded by Crawford. Crawford against Nowitzki. Goes up and off the glass as he lays that one up and in.
Oh, that's much in the clutch. They needed that one, Kev.
Less than 1 minute left. Johnson outside. On deep. He nailed that one from another area code. Wow! And it's a tie ball game. Here's Kidd. Takes it up. Cans the tough double clutch layup.
When you can make adjustments to the shot in midair and midstream and still knock it down, you know you're flowing.
And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
Wise foul there, Kevin. You can't give up the easy dunk.
Off target on the first. That's off as well, so he misses both. And so here is Dallas, a 2-point game.
Kevin, over the course of the game, they've gotten it done. This should be an insurmountable lead. No time to waste. They have to sink this bucket, then foul on the inbound.
The Hawks again can't hit. And so there's the intentional foul. They still got to foul him for a second time to get into the penalty and send him to the stripes.
That's exactly what they need to do to stretch out this game. Smart foul there.
And so they'll try to extend the game with the intentional foul here.
That's the right move. Stop the clock and hope they make a mistake you can take advantage of.
No good on the first. Sinks the second, and that puts them up by 5.
Talk about a clutch free throw, Kev. That one just might have sealed the game.
Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. They're down by 5. 6 seconds left in the game. Clark, what are your thoughts?
Every second counts now. You got to score quickly, then foul.
Here's Johnson. Off the inbound pass. That's good. Johnson's got 19 points.
He's been stroking it from long range all game long. Actually, most of his points have come from beyond the arc.
And the intentional foul called as they try to prolong it here.
Well, they had the foul, but he's not the guy you want at the line. He's just about automatic from the charity stripe.
Gets the first that makes it a 3-point lead. Perfect from the line, and it's a 4-point ball game.
And that'll do it, Kevin. Those last free throws were the icing on the cake.
Now T. It's off. So it's a narrow victory for the Mavericks, pulling out the W. Clark, it was anybody's game right to the very end.
Yeah, it was. The coach is happy with the outcome, but maybe not so much with the margin.
Thank you for joining us for this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. For Clark and Doris and the rest of the crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Last but not least, here is your Jordan Brand Player of the Game, Dirk Nowitzki.
just be